So the Republicans are trying to fight over the future of their party, and it's no secret that the party is fractured. Now, I'm coming to you once again with an outdoor video. We've all talked about Trump possibly starting the Patriot Party, right? But what we have not talked about is the possibility of more Republicans leaving the Republican Party in favor of their own party. And it seemed like they're not going to do that. They're going to fight. They're going to stay consistent. They're going to, we're the party of Lincoln, all that crap. I think Liz Cheney the other day said they were the party of truth. You imagine the Republican Party being the party of truth. You got to be kidding me. But nevertheless, a lot of people talk about this Patriot Party, that Trump may be starting. But apparently he's not the only one thinking of starting his own party. According to CNN, former Republican officials float possibility of, quote, center-right party. A group of more than 100 Republican officials have discussed the possibility of forming a center-right party due to their unhappiness with the direction of the GOP under former President Donald Trump, and the likelihood he'll be acquitted at the end of his second impeachment trial, according to Republicans who participated in the conversation. Former Republican House Representative Charlie Dent confirmed to CNN that he had about 120 Republicans, and they held a convention Friday about whether to form a new party or a new faction within the Republican Party that would operate independently from the GOP. Now, this is huge. What does this mean for the future of the Republican Party? Well, it means that the Republican Party may be fracturing into more than just two. It might fracture into three, because you have the people who feel as though the Republican Party is no longer a place they can call home. They've lost all decorum. Trump has just degraded the party and just made it bad, and they won out. But then you have the people who think, hey, no, the Republicans actually aren't radical enough, and they're not far right enough, and they're not going to embrace QAnon, so maybe we'll walk away too. So we really don't know. By the way, there are also people who voted for Trump after he lost, said they're no longer voting in any elections. So we don't really know what the future of the Republican Party is. And this is all great news for Democrats. If you are a Democrat, and if you're on the left, it's even better news, because specifically this center-right party. Because I don't know where you guys have been for the last, maybe 35 years. We already have a center-right party in the United States. It's called the Democratic Party. or should I say the Diet Republican Party. Because that's basically what the Democrats are. The Democrats are Republicans who sometimes help people and who don't hate black and gay people. That's what the establishment Democratic Party is. But as far as Wall Street and everything else, they're just as corrupt as the Republicans. Even though they would like to think that they're better. But they aren't. So, if the Republicans create a center-right party, this center-right party, who knows what they're going to, embrace their ideology. It'll probably be the same as the standard Republican now, but, it'll probably include people who, they'll probably start saying things as well, like, which the Republican Party currently is already saying, about cultural issues. Oh, well, I don't believe in abortion, but Roe versus Wade's already been determined in Supreme Court, so I don't want to go against precedent. You had some Republicans coming out saying Black Lives Matter and supporting police reforms, and it's not in a great number, but there is some. And you also had Republicans come out in favor of gay marriage, or at least saying, well, the court determined it, so it's already there. So these Republicans could move to the left on cultural issues, which would essentially make them indistinguishable from the Democratic Party, with a few differences. I'm sure they'll still want to balance the budget. I'm sure they still won't want to give any quote-unquote handouts out, and they want to limit government spending, and I'm sure they'll still want to be hawkish about war. But there will be even fewer differences if you think that the Democrat and Republican Party are similar enough now, there'll be even fewer differences in the so-called center-right party or center-right faction of the Republican Party than there are now. So what does this mean for the left? This means that the only way Democrats can distinguish themselves from Republicans, especially because now all they can say is, oh, QAnon, QAnon. The only difference, once the QAnon's gone, or if this center-right party were to form, the only way the Democrats can distinguish themselves from them is to move further left. Which would be great for us. Because moving this party further left is the only way that the Democratic Party can ensure its relevancy for the long term if the Republicans who are unsatisfied with the Republican Party make this move to start this new party or new faction. So I'll keep bringing you guys the news. We'll see what happens. I'm really hoping that this happens. This might even be a better scenario than if Trump starts the Trump party. So we will see how things play out. And as always, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. You can subscribe here on YouTube. Also follow us on Instagram at The Citizen Movement. Make sure you drop a like, comment, and turn on those post notifications.